What's going on? I want to make a video about unhealthy relationships, toxic people, and what you should do about it and how to go about it. Of course, everyone's different, and so is every situation. And this can be peers, along with pressure, family members, any type of relative, maybe even to the extent as your neighbor. So, on the situation of unhealthy people, a lot of people, especially girlfriend and boyfriend, to some extent, are in it for the wrong reasons. Some of them are in it for sex. Some of them are struggling in financial needs, money-wise, and some could be using it for fame or popularity, or some of them could be a thing called rebounding, when you lose somebody and you kind of bounce right back to somebody else. And that kind of happens a lot. I've seen it more with women, but it probably goes both ways. So if you have some toxic people in your life, here's like a flare, like a peacock. If you have some toxic people in your life, what you should do about it is, there's a couple ways to go about it. You should tell them exactly how you feel. That's one way to go about it. And if you've done that before, because I know I have many a times, because some people at the end of the day are just not going to listen to you. Maybe they will hear you out, but it's not going to matter, because you can't change someone and they're not going to change for you. If you take anything away from this video, is you can't change anybody. They're going to have to change themselves. Why would you want to change anybody anyway? Because they're themselves for that reason. So you can have toxic people in your life, your grandma, your neighbors, peers, and don't force yourself to do something. Energy vampires. Don't force yourself to do something you don't want to do. If you're working your way out of the situation, that's great. Or if you have an escape plan. But life is too beautiful to sit and deal with something you don't want to deal with. It's not meant to be that way. Or it may seem that way because the way the curriculum is, or how things are going in certain areas nowadays, or because you grew up. Just because, especially nowadays, and if you live in suburban areas, metro type city, there's so many other ways and cultures of living and so many different styles. People are going to be completely different once you go into a different place. Usually your biggest supporter, or when people get famous or popularity, has nothing to do with local people. It's people who, somebody who stays, on the East Coast, on the East Side, and people hear them on the West. That's how they usually get famous, or controversy starts. No one likes to support you that are around you a lot of the times, and your hometown doesn't really care about you for the most part. There is, of course, and always going to be some exceptions. These people, though, you don't have to deal with, and you can deal with them as long as you want. The best thing you could ever do, like I said, you could never change anybody, and two would be, at the end of the day, to completely ignore these people. You've probably never been on such low energy, because I've seen almost a peak of energy, the top that was weird, but the top peak of energy, and I've seen the lowest where I didn't even want to waste a breath to speak to people, because it just isn't worth it. And guess what? You don't have to respond to anybody at all. You can just smile and move on. You don't have to answer anybody. Doesn't matter who it is, and you don't have to respond. You can communicate telepathically or just read their body language. You don't have to succumb and use your voice and use your energy. Your energy is yours, and you get to use it how you want to use it. Now, a lot of people aren't going to really get to that unless you've been on such low energy. The moral of the story is you don't have to answer to anybody. It's up to you. No one's forcing you to speak, even though these energy vampires may be acting like they're trying to make you speak or get a response from you. Doesn't matter. You don't have to answer. And like I said, if you do want to answer or feel obligated, then, tell them how you feel. And if you have done this before, if you've told them before and you've been ongoing arguments with somebody, or somebody always puts you down, then chances are, or you need to get away from them. If you're not already making the plan, then you should just get away from them immediately. Life's not about living in hell on earth, around, whatever you want to call it. It's about living the life you might want to do it the way you want to. It's really simple and easy. Some people make it complex. Life's supposed to be fun, full of joy and happiness. That's just our natural state of being. So you should want this for yourself, but also you should be living it and you should be doing it, Don't believe the hard work, these sayings, or hard work gets you that and this, and it's all about what you want to do and what you think. If you don't think hard work means anything, then it doesn't. Just because a million other people says it. Most people that get famous or get acknowledged throughout history do something different, whether they cover this person up or his ideas. They always do something different, and they're always awed out. A lot of these people spend a good majority of their time alone. Doesn't mean you have to be alone. It's all about what you want and how you feel. So I'm going to end, or I'm just going to give an example. The people I grew up around my whole life, it doesn't even really matter who it was. And I talked to a whole range of people. If you want to go into the depths of it, of the abyss, I talked to a whole variety of people. And everybody that I talked to, even like my own family, like we'll start at the base of my own family, they never supported me. And it goes far beyond the support. I never felt loved. And they, like a lot of people, they're physically, but they're not there emotionally. It could be the other way around too, but more so that's how it was with me. It could work both ways. And it's not only that they weren't there emotionally, or that they didn't support me. It was just because it could have been neutral. They could have not even cared, and that probably would have been perfect or fine too. But the fact is, they always yelled, complained, argued, and put me down and made me in fear. And we got beaten, disciplined, sit in corners, because of their roles and obligations. But ultimately, that gave me discipline, but that just made me, at the end of the day, fears things, especially when you're younger and don't know any better, and, put a bunch of ideas circulating in your head that really have no terms at all. And and just more of them not supporting me and just not feeling good around them. So at the end of the day, these same people that come in my life, I really choose to, if I want to be around them, which I'm going to say I don't, just how it is, I don't want to. There's no benefit. Why would you, I just want to say, like, if you have somebody, that you don't enjoy, be around, just be smart about it. Like, wise up, perk up. Like, if you're around somebody and it's just not benefiting you and you get a weird vibe, it's time to leave, it's time to go. They're not supporting you. Like, every time I would tell somebody something and they always make me feel bad or make fear in me or put negative thoughts, whether it's contributing me, it doesn't matter to me anymore, but it could make me feel down for a little bit or something. But it doesn't even matter, because that's sometimes how you feel. But at the end of the day, like, you might as well not even tell them. I don't tell these people anything. I don't hang out with them. There's no reason to. It doesn't matter who it is. It doesn't matter if it's your kid. I mean, though I don't have a kid and can't go that far, it doesn't matter who it is, if it's any family member or was your best friend, were your best friend. Because at the end of the day, it's only you, and everyone's going to change up on you, and it's going to be different. Things are never as it seems. And I've hit really, really low points in my health compared to other people, and seen a bunch of different things and witnessed things too, and came to realizations. But a lot of people are numb and aren't aware of things and want to run away or just completely ignore them and not face them. So these people, if they're not serving you, don't waste your breath. Don't waste your time. Your energy, that's all you have. You might not realize that, but don't do it. Sorry for random flashing, but I don't really make videos for cinematic scenes anyway. Just watch what you're doing and who you're hanging out with, you know, if they make you feel good or not. There's a difference between playing and bullying, and people who frustrate you all the time and make life a living hell and never support you and always make fear-based things. Whether it's actually making you fear or not, worrying is a negative thing. It just really is. I guess it can be admitted in a good way, but usually from what in the context of my life, no, it hasn't. But anyways, out of all these people, everything I wanted to do, they never supported me. Whatever it was super simple things. Like one time I told somebody I was going to start making music and I wanted to buy an iMac. This one friend that I was hanging out with at the time didn't believe I was going to actually buy the iMac to start this. He just, I mean, whether he was doing it on purpose or, you know, just, or whatever his intent was, I still went and did it. I've always proved everyone wrong, you know. Then people always have assumptions. Another example would be, I used to play basketball with all older people, and I would always for the majority, I would outrun them. Of course, they were bigger than me and try to, like, because they were way older, and they would always try to, like, and some of them are tall as hell, and just push me around and use their body weight, sometimes on purpose, but, you know, just basically being an asshole on purpose. And they always told me, some people told me, oh, you're going to smoke cigarettes, you're not going to have all that energy when you get older. Well, they're fucking liars, and always have been, you know. But these are just some of the things. And the most people that reach out to me, whether it was I was doing something musically or whatever it was, like something I enjoy doing or I like doing and being who I am, the people that supported me were the people that done the same thing as me. So if I was doing music, the people who were doing music with me, they supported me. Like, those people were like the only people, no one else. And yeah, like, if you really enjoy what you're doing, just keep doing it and keep pushing it. Whereas, like, and some other, it was the rant, other than the people I was actually doing whatever activity I was doing that supported me, the other people were just completely random people. Like, you know, not your best friends, not even, you know, just completely random people you might not even know. Those were the best support. So that's all I want to talk about toxic relationships, you know, how they affect you, what to do about it. And number one thing to take away from this video is to get away from these people, completely ignore them. If you haven't already, tell them how you feel. And what to take away is you can't change these people. There's just no way. It's not, you can't change somebody. And if you do, that's being manipulative and controlling. And then you'll feel that on yourself. You'll feel that karma, or you'll just feel the effects of that. You won't like that, though I guess some wicked people may like that. I personally don't. But you won't want that. When you want to have sex with somebody, you want them to fuck you. You don't want them like half-ass it. Even if it's your girlfriend or whatever, you want them to actually to do it. You don't want them to be like, oh, okay. You know, you want to enjoy it. You want to have fun, and you want to be immense in the moment compared to not being there, not caring if you really did it. You know, so enjoy what you're gonna do and be surrounded by the most loving people that support you. You know, whether you got to be alone or with other people. The longest living people are probably, whether they're alone or not, the happiest by, you know, the community. Those people live the longest. They have a structured way of living. You don't really get that in the Western civilization or first world countries, because there's a bunch of things. But that's all I wanted to say for this video. Subscribe, give me a like, tell me how you feel in the experience box.